How's it going, everyone? Liam Catterson here as we venture into another episode for Buffy the Vampire Slayer with episode number 12 for season 4. This is a new man. It's been quite a bit since I last saw Buffy. I say quite a bit, it's been like 2 weeks, but it still feels like an eternity since I saw episode 11 of Buffy, because I've been following the Watch Order and there was a string of Angel episodes, but there's also a string of Buffy episodes, so that kind of balances things out, doesn't it? So yeah, but last time on Buffy we had the end of the world. Woohoo! But that was averted, so thank goodness for that. But we also had Spike now discovering that he can hurt demons after, for a few episodes, he was feeling a bit lost since he couldn't harm anyone, but now he can hurt demons, which is really, really rad. Spike getting his mojo back. We love to see it. As well as the fallout of Riley and Buffy discovering each other's secret lives. We had that throughout the episode, and Buffy contemplating the idea if she can date someone who is not particularly your average Joe. But as they say, all well that ends well at the end of the episode, as Buffy and Riley, they smooched. Yeah, I'm excited to get back into Buffy. So with that said, let's get into episode number 12 of season 4. This is a new man. Let's go.
Not expecting anyone, are we?
Willow said she was going to be at the science library all night.
I was going to say, Willow comes barging through like the Kool-Aid guy. She is barging through.
I got trouble. What is it? I was in the room when it came.
Oh!
Guess you won't be killing anything tonight after all.
Except
Don't be
Kate.
so sure. Absolutely the smartest person I've ever met.
Perhaps we should have invited Professor Walsh to the party.
Oh no. I mean, she's like 40. She's got better things to do than hang out with a bunch of kids.
Here you go, sir.
You own nothing.
Charles is taking a lot of hits.
Hang on. 17. 11 vampires, 6 demons.
Oh.
Not bad.
Wow.
But I think Buffy's
I mean, that's
slain more.
17.
What about you?
Me?
How many hostels would you say you've slain?
How many episodes of Buffy, and if you round that down by 10.
But you killed the... You did the thing with that.
With that what? With
You
the
drowned.
what? Oh.
And the snake? Not to mention daily slay a joke.
Talked about the Master Vampire.
Wow.
Take on adult roles too early. What I suspect I'm seeing is a reaction to the absence of a male role model.
Absence?
Buffy clearly
Oh.
lacks a strong father figure.
Look! She's got it!
I'm sorry, I have things to do. I'll tell Buffy her friend was looking for her.
Oh, come on. Giles, what? Why are we kicking the crap out of Giles in this episode?
Spike? Spike knew? Only the basic stuff. You know, that Riley
Giles,
is a commando
my
and
heart,
Professor Walsh is in charge.
it's breaking.
Professor Walsh? That fishwife?
You know, she's actually not that bad when she said the demons probably a little late. We'll just
Oh,
see.
poor Giles.
I need to clear off. I'll stay a little longer just in case.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh?
I wouldn't say that at all. In fact, Ripper... Oh,
You!
I'd say something
You
rather
son of a
interesting was
bitch!
about to happen.
Someone...
Oh, bug, I thought you'd gone. It's all exaggeration and blank verse. Pain as bright as steel, things like that. They're scared. There's something called 314's got them scared most of all. Kind of scared that turns to anger.
314?
I know we're not particularly fond of each other, Rupert.
I'll go all out if you will.
Are you sure?
Here we go.
Just don't complain when someone breaks the leg.
Riley!
I mean, she did say, are you sure? He asked for it.
Are you hurt?
The job done. What am I? I'm an unemployed librarian with a tendency to get knocked on the head, and
Well, you won't have to worry about that anymore, mate. When you went to the loo, I slipped a small
Reference.
pellet of poison in your drink. You'll be dead in an hour.
Of course, there we go.
Just kidding.
Kind of beautiful already.
It worked.
I'll just watch it jab someone in the eye. Well, oh my god! Ethan, you son of a bitch!
Presence, this dark magic's energy, blocking the spell. It's new.
Wait, did he turn
Someone else did.
Giles? Yeah.
If so,
at
it's
the same
something pretty
time.
Powerful. Well, I'll tell Giles about it. Or maybe I'll tell Maggie. She seemed kind of interested in learning the mystical side of the whole. Right. What? I held back a little.
Oh. She would just kick him into the next dimension. Now the question is, how did Giles get
Sleep.
there without being seen?
10:30 in the morning. Hello. Yes, it's me.
Oh, we can't even hear him!
Don't you understand
Oh! Well, that makes things even worse!
me? Please, don't you understand? No, say it. Calm down.
Oh, no!
I'm sorry.
Oh my god! My heart's breaking for Giles!
Bloody humans. Money? I could pay you money.
Oh, I like money. How much?
$100?
$100. You'll have to do a lot better than that.
He's a retired librarian!
Fine.
Right then. Right then.
Wow!
What's first? I run tell the Slayer what you've gotten yourself into?
No. When I find Ethan, I can clear all this up without Buffy ever having to find out that anything happened to me at all.
Well,
What do you need?
Thanks. I just wish I knew what I needed. I keep thinking, let's ask Giles. And I remember.
He'd be great right now. He'd find himself in a second. Nobody is cooler in a crisis.
If you can't find third gear, don't try for third gear.
Doing my best. I don't know if I'm driving this thing or wearing it.
It's perfectly serviceable. A human being.
he's becoming less human by the moment. Oh, Giles! Oh my... Wait! He wanted to do that! I love him!
Right, let's go then.
It would so be me if it was someone I didn't like.
She said when we located the demon, I'm not supposed to bring you along.
Oh,
What
Well,
are you doing?
I'm going to the
Miss
car.
Walsh
Buffy, I can't take you with
can
me.
You're not
stick
taking me
it.
with you. I am going and I am letting you come along.
Buffy, it's not really your call. This is a military operation.
I'll call the troops, because nothing less than that is going to stop me. This demon did something to Giles, and I'm going to kill it.
It's personal.
Maybe I want you around to split their attention a bit.
I'll pay you another $100.
Oh my god. This is nuts.
What did you do to him? What did you do?
This check. Oh my god. This chase is nuts. You got an old bag. Oh my god. You got an old bagger like that.
Stop me, you stupid jargon.
Can't really do anything.
This is for Giles.
Oh, me?
Oh god. Giles! Oh god. Giles. Giles!
No!
I'm
Giles!
so sorry. Please don't die.
Actually, I feel quite well. Except for the rage.
I think your eyes. You're the only person in the world that can look that annoyed with me.
It's gonna go on much
My
longer.
heart!
I'd rather like to be going.
And why would I let you go?
Well, maybe because you have no choice. I'm human. You can't kill me. What's a Slayer going to do to me?
By the authority of the U.S. military, you are being taken into custody, pending a determination of your status.
Yes!
I'm not dating the initiative. I'm dating Riley. He's a good guy.
I believe
What
that.
if Walsh makes
He's
Riley
part of something that
choose?
we don't really understand.
You sure you're not just saying this because you don't like Riley's boss?
No, I'm not saying that at all. No, I do hate her quite a lot. But I want you to...
I think you're probably right.
But I'm a bit concerned with Walsh, but oh! I will say, Maggie is on thin ice right now. I am cautious as hell with her because, of course, there was that 314 room that Ethan mentioned regarding how ominous it appears to be. And I'm really scared about what is actually going on behind, should I say, room 314. Not just that, though, but the way she just threw Giles under the bus in this episode, as well as the fact that she is kind of causing a fracture with Riley and Buffy's relationship, with the fact that she's instructed Riley, she can't come along. She's on thin ice. That was a great episode. I loved the heartache with that episode kind of intertwining with the comedy that this episode presented. Because this was a Giles-centric episode, which I really loved. I really love, Giles-centric episodes. And this one was really, really powerful because I think it's been established throughout this season how kind of out of the loop Giles is feeling this season compared to everyone else. And this episode was just like Giles was a piñata. Like he was beaten on. It was a tough time for Giles this episode because we had a lot of comments. Oh, you're retired. Maggie saying that he is that Buffy's lacking a father figure, which is absolutely bullshit because she has not seen the past 4 seasons of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But he's feeling a bit out of place. Buffy didn't tell him about Riley or the initiative, so he's feeling lost. And this episode was a great highlight to that. And I kind of like the metaphorical way of Giles being a demon with because I do feel like him being a demon is kind of metaphorical to how Giles is feeling. Giles is feeling out of place. It's a strange, like his world with Buffy and co. It's really strange now, and he's feeling lost. And these comments in this episode, as well as just the general feeling of him feeling out of the loop, it's kind of crushing him. So with him exploring the world, like that brief bit when he was running to Xander's, and he was out in daylight, and there was all these people scared of him, and that for me kind of feels metaphorical. Not just that though, but Buffy punching him, of course, when she didn't know that he was the feral. Yeah, the feral. Yeah. Not a feral, but a feral. Yeah. With her not knowing that he was the demon, and her beating up Giles. It's kind of a reflection to how he's kind of feeling, with him feeling out of place and feeling useless, etc. So it is a kind of a physical reflection, I feel. But yeah, it had all the makings for that heartache but comedy as well, especially when he partnered with Spike, which was really, really good stuff. I'd like to imagine that the deal that Giles made with Spike, with, oh, I'll pay you 100, 200, 300. I feel like that's kind of going to pay off the car, because Spike still ruined his property. So, yeah. Because that would just add a layer to the comedy already, wouldn't it? But I loved Giles and Spike being with each other, as well as the fact that we saw some really, really great scenes, like Spike in the Spike using Giles's car as a getaway vehicle to escape from the initiative was absolutely comical, especially with how it's not exactly a Ferrari, but it was still very, very fun stuff to see. But not just that, though. Giles getting revenge on Maggie was poetry. It was really good. He was like, there's this crisis going on for him, and he's like, oh, there's Maggie. Stop the car. I want to give this bitch the biggest hell she's experienced. And it was brilliant stuff. And I think I think if we were like in Giles' shoes and we were transformed into this demon, and there was this one person who was just the itch on your skin, who was just so irritable and is basically the bane of your existence, you would do the same shit, wouldn't you? So that was really good stuff to see Giles absolutely scare every inch of her life out of her. So that was brilliant stuff. But yeah, we had Giles becoming more like the feral demon, because he was giving these very, very scary messages, of course. So yeah, but yeah, this was a very, very great episode. This also had an exploration to Buffy and Riley's relationship as well, which was great. It was great to see Buffy and Riley in a comfortable place. There is an issue, though. Things are too good. And I'm not going to buy into... Okay, I'm not going to buy into this scenario where, okay, things are all rosy and cozy. Nothing bad can happen. I feel like there are seeds being planted, like, especially with the fact that Riley might have to choose between Maggie or Buffy. Not just that, though, but I feel like this episode has kind of tested Riley as well. Like, I do feel like things... I do feel like Hope is going to betray us once again, because it's all too well. And see, this is the thing. Buffy has accepted she like, let's try this again with someone who isn't exactly an average Joe. But the question is, is Riley going to be in Buffy's shoes when Buffy dated Angel? Because whilst Buffy has accepted, okay, we'll make this work with Riley, what's Riley's perspective, especially with the fact that Buffy's hammering him in training? That training sequence was really, really good stuff. But also there's a higher count in terms of how many demons and vampires Buffy has dealt with, compared to, I think it was 17 that Riley dealt with altogether, 6 demons and 11 vampires. And there's this feeling of, is Riley going to feel like this dominance, that Buffy has that dominance over him? So I do feel like there is a bit of pressure going on in Riley's subconscious at the minute, but we'll just have to wait and see. But if there's one thing I am certain of, especially with the fact that Riley said that Maggie has said that you can't come along, Buffy, especially when this was the search for Giles, which Buffy was not going to rest. Yeah, like that's a concern, isn't it? With the fact that there's potential for split loyalties. Like, are you going to choose Maggie or are you going to choose Buffy? So that's, I feel, a tease for things to come. But yeah, there was also a bit of Tara. We got to see Tara again after I've opened Photoshop for some reason. That's great. We saw Tara, who appeared in Hush. And she was training with Willow. So yeah, and I really am liking the connection that we are having with Willow and Tara, because of course Willow was there for Tara when she felt all out of place. And yeah, she was there for her again, so things did go smoothly, but I will say it was a really, really beautiful setting, especially with the rose. And I do feel like Tara feels so much at comfort with Willow there. So I am liking their connection already. So it was really, really good stuff. But yeah, Ethan returning in this episode was a nice treat as well. And not just that though, but Ethan and Giles drinking together. I had a feeling something was going to happen after, there was no reason that Giles and Ethan were out having a drink, harmless night out. Yeah, there was no way that was going to happen. There was going to be some kind of consequence. And I love the fact that Ethan did try to tease Giles. Oh, I'm good. I've poisoned your drink. And then said, oh, just kidding. And then subconsciously he's like, but I am going to turn you into a demon. So, yeah. But it was nice to see Giles and Ethan just, excusing the fact that Ethan did that and deserves every kick in the face he gets. It was nice to see Giles and Ethan, because they did have an existing connection before Ethan went all batshit crazy. And, it was kind of nice to see that, a kind of a reflection of their, relationship. But also, I think Giles did make mention of the fact that there was that nice little fourth wall joke about him getting knocked out all the time, which was, especially a running theme between season 2 and 3, so yeah. But, I did feel so bad for Giles in this episode, especially that scene where he was with Willow and Xander, and he wanted to stop that demon that didn't come, and he just felt so defeated. So you just do feel so much for Giles, because he's feeling a bit lost, and it does suck to be him at the minute, but hopefully he starts feeling a bit more involved. And I liked that comment at the end when Buffy did stab Giles, and Giles is back to normal, and she knew because of his eyes, which I thought was and I think that's a nice signature on how meaningful Giles is to Buffy's life, that he's not completely forgotten or out of the loop. So, yeah, and not just that, though, but how Buffy reacted to the whole situation with Giles being gone and potentially the worst happened. She was petrified as hell. So, I really liked how this episode had Giles thinking, yeah, I'm totally out of place. I feel like I don't belong here. But in actuality, he means so much to Buffy, to everyone, to the Scoobies, and it was a really, really good episode to reflect on Giles and his arc, I feel, this season. But also a nice way to reintroduce Ethan to the hold, as well as focus on Buffy and Riley's relationship and how things might look to be hunky-dory at the minute, but let's watch this space, especially with Maggie there, because, she is not on my good vibes at the minute. But yeah, that was an amazing episode for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check the videos on the right. If you want to check out more of my content, you can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care. I will see you guys next time. Toodles!